Good morning, Suraj Singh, Civil Engineer, Bharat, India. By designation, International Professional Engineer, registered by Institution of Engineers, India. Continuation of talk of safety, health, and environment. This video regarding continuation of further, which I talked 2 days before regarding some issues of safety, and this is same for those engineers and non-engineers, for those supervisors, foremen, for those company owners, and for all those workers who are all stakeholders in discipline of safety, health and environment and ergonomics. I have just extended this SHE, safety, health and environment, in relation to ergonomics, because something should have some relations to our energies. So it's all on that. Maybe you will raise some questions, but all questions answers are available in this talk. Automatically these are answered, and I am continuously posting on text of these videos. You can refer to some written information about which I am just conversationing with you, and it is therefore maybe it is convenient to you if you are having interest in this subject. If you are not having interest in this subject, that's something else. But question doesn't arise whether you have interest or you don't have interest. It is a requirement. Safety is a requirement, particularly in construction projects, as well as to, you may say, second treatment in whatever field you want. Second treatment, first treatment, or no treatment, it depends upon you guys, you people, how you take that into consideration, because 1 second safety is better than losing your life. Safety is not for you alone, safety is for all. And there's particular statement in safety that everybody is responsible for safety of each and every one. You cannot simply say this is your job or my job. Safety is job of everybody. Safety is first consideration, and first you take care of safety, then safety shall take care of you. That is very simple, and we simply say no safety, no pain, and no safety, no pain. This means if you work on safely, if you work on your activities safely, there shall be no problem. And if you don't work safely, certainly you shall have problem, unknown problem. You may call it unknown problem, or you may call it hazard, or you may call whatever you intend to call. It is up to you, not up to me. I am just here to advise, suggest to you what should be done, what should not be done. And we are talking safety, it is general safety as well. Every time I try to say general safety, means safety has a philosophy. Safety is not simply statement, means it's just concerned. For example, we say what budget we are spending in our life, say in our national budget, or you can say state budget, or you can say even a family budget. In general, we are spending a lot of money on what? In any country, in whatever country, you get a lot of money is spent on development. And development means physical development, not moral development. That physical development means construction work, construction of all infrastructure, and construction of all buildings and bridges and roads and railways and water resources, and whatever you can consider, that is construction, design and construction. Important thing is you're spending money, and develop your countries, those are being developed and they're spending a lot of money. You can take example of our country, India, Bharat. You can take example of China. You can take any example in Arab world. They are spending too much, and they have spent too much on construction activities in all construction fields. And you can say that even now China is now connecting all nations about, you can say, up to Africa, Europe and all that. They are covering with their road belt project, and that's also a construction activity, a construction mega project. They are going up to through Europe up to Africa, and they have may lead up to US also. It's not clear, but they are spending a lot of money in that. So that money is not, you can say, just 5 or 10%. That money could cross 60 or 70% of total economy. And that is a big point for consideration here, because when 60 or 70% money is spent on development works, this means that much manpower and that much machines must also be there involved in that development activity. And that is what I am stating, that human resources and equipment resources and whatever else other resources are all is there, and which require mandatory safety onto that, because you cannot allow people to be killed, you cannot allow machines to be lost, you cannot allow damages on what equipment you are using. You have to take care of those if you want to build that successfully, and that is what safety is required. Safety is required on construction projects. That is a mandate one. That is a major portion. But money is not major portion. If you just see how much money goes to safety activity, it looks just like, say, oh, how many people are engaged with safety and what they are wearing and they spend money. Of course, they wear in something. Every worker is wearing something, wears something. Officers wear something, mandatory staff wear something. That is because they have to wear something. But doesn't mean that money is going entirely to that. Money is not more than 0.5% probably of total budget, and that if that 0.5% money is spent on that and you save 95% save, which one is right? 95% money is right or 0.5% money? That you have to check yourself. There is no way out. Safety is mandatory, and you can, on the name of development, you cannot allow people to be killed or equipment bursts out. That's why I say there are many agencies applying on human resources and human resources which can harm our health, and our health is more important. Health is wealth, we call it. Money is not wealth. Health is wealth. If you are having good wealth, you can earn money. If you don't have good health, you cannot earn money. You cannot work successfully. You should have mental health as well as physical health. Both health are important, and you should have moral responsibility on that. It is your duty to keep yourself fit to an extent work is concerned, so that you continue to work 6 days a week or 5 days a week or even 7 days a week up to your plans and to requirements. If you are healthy, you can work. If you are not healthy, you cannot work. You go to job and sleep there. It's no use. It's waste of time and waste of health and waste of development money. So what my contention is that we have to understand what is the responsibility. Or first responsibility is personal one, second responsibility is under supervisor, and third responsibility is the project one. So if we have to start from individuality, if individual is kept right on side, he is properly trained, he is properly equipped with safety equipment, that person shall keep himself fit, and then when he keeps fit means he'll keep work. He'll go the efficiency of work done, and that delivery efficiency shall prove that work is going fine. And if you see, there's expectation of no errors on sites, no errors in work, even in factory and workshops. People don't expect errors. If you see Sigma and ISO 9001, well, Sigma says something which is not practically possible. It says 3.5 errors in 1 million activities. Though it looks fine to say, but practically in civil construction, this is not possible, because there are so many errors on site, so many tolerances are specified, and you cannot count activities like that. Yeah, you can say in manufacturing it is possible. If you manufacture 1 million equipments or 1 million spare parts or 1 million units of information, they say 3 or 4 errors are acceptable, but this doesn't happen in our line, because this is reinforced cement concrete, this is a precast concrete, this is structural steel, this is block work, and this is brick work, and this is plastering, rendering, and finishes, and road work, and so many and so forth. You can say that there is no limit at all. You have to fabricate millions of steel bars, and you have to fabricate, you can say, thousands of square meters of form work, and you have to put thousands cubic meter of concrete one way or other way, and then build all development activities and do all kinds of activities required for finishing, etc. So first of all, counting of activity is very difficult, and they are actually not very well educated, academically educated people work there. Their people are from traditional areas, traditional families. They know job. They can't explain what they are doing, but they do job. They cannot explain in a way academics explains, or again a way educated person can do, but they do that. They know job, they are technicians, but they cannot give in writing how it is done, how can it be done. For that purpose, we are there, and engineers are there, and foremen are there, other people are there who can produce something in writing. And that is what I say, every safety activity must be in written, what way shall be done, and that's called procedure, or that's called method statement in safety areas, or even in quality system, or in construction. All require method statements. Method statements are required in construction discipline, it is required in quality discipline, as well as it is required in safety discipline. Method statement means once you write something, approve it, get it approved through whoever are going to work that, and that is so you have to follow skull method. So yeah, there can be variations on that, but with consent of all parties, and you can do that. Means what should be done to an easiest and convenient way, which is safest one. And if you are safe, work is safe, you can get easy quality and easy can say quantity. That is what is required. Safety is not simply for sake of entertainment or for sake of suppressing some workers or something. No, it's not that you have to act like police on site. It's not that. You have to make people understand what they should do. You should keep a watch on that. You have a surveillance on them. Are they doing well? These are all physically they are working and they are tired and they forget something. It is possible. To just compensation for just the replenishment of that outlook, you have to be there and have surveillance. Miss this is missed. You do it, please. That is required, and you may call it observation, you may call it instruction, or you may call it suggestion. It's up to your choice. There is no dispute on that. And we say, if you say what's our policy in safety, we're telling before, again, I just remind you that because refreshing is very important in one of safety, we do that, but we don't refresh that. So let me see what I actually we thought of in this. If you see the policy of safety, first we say safety first. Means 50, as I told you, 50% is the question there, and construction, many activities, thousands of activities are which are taken care of, and workers are not very much literate who can explain in writing. We know all that. And experience of personal and your all personal experience must count on that. You may be having wrong experience, but when you do right experience, you will improve that work. And there have been many examples all over the world that shuttering, for example, have opened during concrete pouring, and that caused many accidents. Booms have grown, crane booms have grown, collapsed, and scaffolding have collapsed. And this generally happens because of ignorance, and people don't even realize what they are doing. And particularly in our country, if it's a private houses, they just take some timber wooden bullies and support them from behind, which is not a professional way, because timber doesn't have that resistance. But these people trust that one. And if you see you're working on a plant facility with a big one, of brown field or of green field, you'll find many activities. There is heavy work activities which are conducted for purpose of construction of foundations or installation of structures about that for vessels and all that. All these are there, and you must have experience of that. And you can say that a question is of how to reach people, how to tell them the activities, and there is a problem that these methods of these safety topics are not published